Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Sagittarius for the month of February, including late January 2026. Welcome, Sag. So we have just moved into the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So lots of communication going on, lots of great ideas, bright ideas, lots of thinking, communicating, just getting things in your brain sort of working well, dominating the scene. So you are in your third house of communication, funnily enough. So all about communicating with people, ideas, learning new stuff. You may be wanting to sign up for a course or do something like that. Also, this time of year with the third house, we can be affected by our siblings and our neighbours, which either is quite interesting, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get with those two different groups of people. Anyway, so just quick housekeeping. Please like, subscribe and comment. I want to get to 400. I've got 6 subscribers to get. So please, if you haven't, can you subscribe to my channel? Thank you. Energy around. 9 of Swords. Fears for fear's sake. Sleeping patterns not so good with the 9 of Swords. Brain in overdrive. Overthinking. But really, the basis of the 9 of Swords is it's fear for fear's sake. It's building things up in your mind that may never occur. So after everything's said and done, then we kind of think, oh, what a waste of energy that was. Combating this fear for fear's sake can be action, so just go and do something different. Do some exercise or clean a cupboard, or just get your mind focused on something that will take away all that hideous fear in your mind about what may happen, but probably won't. Okay, where you are right now. The Hierophant, the moral compass comes in, big card, big energy. Lots of business here with authorities and rules and what's the right thing to do, what's not the right thing to do. Really sort of regulating yourself in life, or decisions to be made. You do this or do that comes into here, especially with that 9 of Swords there. Moral compass has to be used with this when this card comes in, because it's really important that you do things that you know that is right for you to do, and that it wouldn't create even more fear for fear, if you get my meaning. So let's see what has created this to come in. The influencing card, or the challenge for this reading, is 3 of Pentacles. So working well with others, student-teacher relationships. Who's the teacher, who's the student, can go both ways, either way. Very much about learning, though. Very good foundations with the 3 of Pentacles. Always a good card to get. 3 is also, you're in your third house, so it's all about communicating effectively with people and letting them know exactly what's going on. For example, with the moral compass underneath, you can just sort of say, well, actually, sorry, but that just doesn't suit me. It's not in my ballpark. I'm not really interested in doing it. If you've been getting offers of things like that, you know you can rely on the moral compass to sort of guide you and go, well, it sounds great, but it's a no, if you get what I mean. So it's about learning and communicating as well, and working well with others. Okay, which usually starts with communication, I might add. Let's look at the background and see what was going on November, December, first half of Jan. Two of Wands, decisions to make, okay, things happening, lots of action with the Two of Wands. Decisions, am I going to go with the left or the right? Either of these is wrong. Like one path available can be doing something or choosing something that you know, and then conversely you could choose something that you don't know but would be challenging to you. So, you know, if it's a new job or getting something started, this is really important, and that I've found that this really applies to me at this moment in time, and that has been sitting there and it's actually happening. So there you go, you just have to make the decision and start. That's the hardest bit, but very positive card no matter which way you look at it. And you know, you've got your moral compass there, so that's said and done. You know what's what with that. Recent influences, karma coming back, cause and effect. Everything happens for a reason. The choices we make, maybe they're for good or the outcome was not so good, but you will get tapped on the shoulder by karma, you can be sure. So it's always a good card to check yourself and think, well, oh, okay, how come this is happening now? What happened 6 months ago? Did I make a decision there and now I've ended up in a bit of a mess? Well, that's it. You either grow flowers or weeds, you know, take your pick. I'd rather grow the flowers myself. But there you go. So very karmic, very balanced as well. So we're talking about Librans here, Libra, the sign of Libra. But very much a balancing sort of act to make sure that everything's as it should be, and casting our mind back to think of decisions that now have suddenly come back to roost here. So that's quite interesting. So you've got two major cards that are really sort of very interesting for checking oneself always and making sure that, you know, you do the right thing by yourself. Otherwise it will come back and tap you on the shoulder. The lesson you're learning. Yeah, letting go, don't hold on, please let go. So this is, they call it the card, historically it's the card of the miser. It's people that hang on to money, or they hang on to relationships, or they hang on to, you know, suffering from previous relationships or previous happenings in their life, and it's quite hard or difficult to let it go, and it kind of really is like a blockage card too. It can be very hard and challenging, this card, but it's sort of saying, well, you know, okay, very karmic as well from the karma point of view. It can be that this is the reward from the karma. It's like you sort of think, here, I'm still here. I still haven't let go of that particular thing, and I need to. But it's a difficult card, actually. So, miser card, give more freely, spend more freely. Don't be miserly about stuff and money or your feelings, because, yeah, it's not a nice place to be in, really. But it's a good one to sort of focus on, really, as your lesson. And that's interesting, isn't it, for us Saggies? Okay, what's coming up in the near future? The Two of Cups, soulmate activity incoming. So this can be somebody that you know that you reconnect with, or it can be just a connection with somebody that's quite strong and powerful, has vibes of soulmate with it. It's almost like you know this person, or it's just, it just is a big click, not a clunk. So it can be quite interesting as well, especially old relationships here that you haven't been able to let go of. Perhaps this is the new page to turn with the Two of Cups, where there will be somebody, or there is somebody coming in, or something can be a passion of yours too that sort of starts to flower and grow. So you're thinking, oh wow, you know, this is great, but there has been work and effort put in, as always with these cards. You have to do the miles. Let's see what's happening you're not realising. Conflict. There's a bit of conflict coming out of this. Often too with relationships you can get conflict. There can be other people involved, especially if it's romantic, or it can be platonic, but other people just sort of saying, oh, well, don't hang around with that person, they're not good, or family members sticking their oar in and creating conflict. So just be mindful of that, especially because it follows the Two of Cups. It could be like there could be a bit of a minefield there of conflict just waiting to pounce. So once again, we can go back to our moral compass and to our karma. So we don't want to make decisions or get involved with things that could produce a very upsetting, bad karmic energy for you. So make sure you do your research or take it slow, because there could be, often there is conflict there because there's somebody else stacked behind, or there's something. Okay, let's see how others see you. The beautiful Queen of Pentacles, so sitting there very happy in her home, very happy with her friends and her life, feeling very settled, feeling good actually about the effort she's put in, loving being at home, just very sort of, also very easy with people and very sort of welcoming type of woman, or an energy, I would say, that she sort of gives off. You love going to her place because she is just, everything's always cozy and homely, and it's just a nice feeling. Very well done there. I wonder who that is looking at you, Sag, like that. Someone that feels a lot of stability as well, which for Sagittarians is quite a very free spirit. So this is quite a welcome card sometimes, to be just in your place and doing what you love in your own home, etc. Positive feelings. Seven of Pentacles, the Harvest card comes in. So doing really well so far this year, you know, saving money, you know, getting your house in order, or just your day-to-day mundane life. The Pentacles talks about that sort of housekeeping type of energy, but things good. It's called the I call it the Harvest card. So it's sort of saying, well, you're really well on your way. Things are looking up. You're sort of getting everything sorted as best you can, and so it's time to stand back and look at your achievements over the past couple of months and just be proud of where you're going and just keep going on in the same vein. So lovely card. Keep on keeping on. The outcome. And then we get strength. So this is an interesting card, another big card. They're all sort of, these big cards today are all sort of in that very strong sort of self-preservation, talking about yourself, mainly your person, and what you will accept, what you won't accept, karmic stories. And this is sort of about awareness, basically, and we can all take a good dose of awareness every now and again, because we, you know, do focus on ourselves, and then we forget about how our actions may affect other people, especially with this Two of Cups here. If you've met somebody or there's something there and there's a bit of conflict that hasn't really surfaced yet, it can come to the surface here with this Strength card, to sort of say, well, you weren't aware, but you kind of need to be aware. There's more digging to be done sometimes, and we don't get the full picture of whatever it may be, and then we sort of realise, oh my God, you know, I didn't mean to create all that disharmony because I just wasn't aware. And it's a difficult one because we're human, and so of course we stuff up, or we just fall madly in love with somebody and then don't realise there is other bits and pieces to the story than what we've been told. So it's really about honing your self-awareness, and for your own self too, with, you know, emotional awareness as well. What triggers you, what, you know, really irks you and brings anger or emotions like that to the surface that really need to be controlled. So think on that, Sag, because it's a difficult card to get, but it's also a refreshing one, because we always have to be checking in on what's going on in the environment and the people that are around us, and I don't think most of us really do want to upset or hurt other people, but this awareness has to be, we have to be reminded of it from time to time, especially in this kind of a scenario. And once again, we are in the third house, so these kind of matters of communication and etc. can, you know, you can be on notice with it. Mind how you communicate. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you in 4 weeks.